Transcription of telephone conversation between Secretary of State Kissinger and British Foreign Secretary Callaghan, July 17, and of course, 1974. Can you hear me? I think so, the answer. I think if about 70 people get off the line, I could hear you better. So imagine, okay, we are at the White House. We are between US and UK, and you see that. So I was thinking of sending Joe and Bob, you remember, to London. So it was exactly the previous minutes. Some precision from Callaghan. Macarius is leaving at 11 our time and will be with you at 1:35. He will then ask for a Security Council meeting on Friday. Remember, it's important. Security Council. Right, that gives you time. Not so much. I will try to get someone over tomorrow morning and then have him go to Athens and Ankara. So again, I'll tell you our position, and this is basically the European position. Remember, what is the European position is all the countries in the 9. The 9 at that time was the European Union. We are in 1974, so after 73, which means that United Kingdom, okay, Ireland, and also Denmark are in the European pool. We are before 81, so before the Greece. So there are 9, just to remember. Because for you, because you are too young, you cannot imagine what is 9. So now you know. And also for our friends. This is the position of the 9 and NATO. We think the ideal solution would be to get Macarius back. Macarius asked for diplomatic activity to continue and the need for non-recognition of the new regime in Cyprus. This point is clear. The remark of Kissinger is some of our people are wondering if a compromise not be Lygeros. So in fact, the equilibrium. So not Samson, not Macarius, but Lygeros. He couldn't hold it, but the compromise might be an election in 3 months with Macarius back on the island. So remember that he will go back in December. But how will you get him back? So you see the problem. Well, hopefully you would exert your influence on the Greek government about the National Guard officers. The Turks under our guarantee treaty may say to us, what are you going to do? And if action doesn't seem possible, any of the 3 powers has the right to take action. Remember, this is a treaty, and they are going to use it. I think we can take it that we can talk about unilateral action. So this is very precise. Huh? And if so, then there has to be US pressure on Greece. How do you see it? Because in fact, it's the same problem with the coup. And that's why Kissinger say, I see it similarly, but I'm not sure about what we are embarking on when you say diplomatic action. So you see that even between US and UK, the situation about the behavior at the strategic level, how to solve the problem, is not clear. So Callaghan says, what? But if you think 6 months ahead, my view is that it is better to have Macarius there than Samson. That is almost certainly true, I agree. In 6 months. So you remember July, 6 months, December. Again, the problem with the Soviets. The remark is from Kissinger. We want to avoid giving the Soviets an excuse to make what happens legitimate. Yes, again, looking 6 months ahead of Samson, if Samson stays, you see, he will stay only a few days. But in their mind, it's possible to be more. So they don't know anything about that. So if Samson stays, he will be accused of running a fascist regime, and the Russians are stepping up the activity. So I come back again to, we may not succeed, but it could be that we may crack the regime and get Samson to withdraw. So let me get somebody over to talk to you. We agree on the general approach. We are not too far apart on it. But remember, it is before. So some mentions about Cisco and Ingelson after that. Just a remark before we end this analysis. You see the remark of Callaghan, I didn't know it till lunch, and the House of Commons is anti-Greeks on both sides. In Britain, okay, because you remember, Callaghan is a British guy. So it's clear, but it was new also for him. And you see at the end, again, if anything comes out of the meeting with the Turks, I will give you a call. We have had a request that if they get out of us, they might act unilaterally. In fact, the British are aware that is a possibility. He informs Kissinger. You can tell them we are willing to accept ourselves with the Greek government, but I want to get our strategy more precise, and also that we are not supporting Samson. It cannot be more clear. So they are not related. They are not supporting him. This is obvious, and this is a proof.